Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I've got a great collection from our friends at Crafter's Companion. This is Vintage Butterflies. It comes with a fantastic 12 by 12 paper pad, gorgeous, gorgeous colors. I'll show you more of that. And we've also got a 3D embossing folder and a stamp and die set. So I can't wait to show you what I did with all these beautiful products. So come play with us. So let's take a look at this beautiful paper pad. It has 36 pieces in it. You get 3 of each design. So I'm going to show you here. We're going to skip over, try to not hit multiples. But look, the colors are gorgeous. Peaches, yellows. Oops. Oh, I love this. This one might be my favorite. Oh, maybe that one's my favorite. Just gorgeous. I'm not going to do all of them, but there we go. All right, so that is beautiful. Let's take a look at a card I made just using the paper pad. Maybe we can zoom in a little bit. So this is a 5 by 6.5 inch card. I first covered it with like a tan cardstock, and then I just trimmed my paper down a little bit smaller than that, inked the edge brown, and then I added these ferns from this wonderful fern die. I cut those out of green cardstock and then just inked the edge a little bit with a darker green ink, and then added some of these beautiful flowers. These are from 49 Market, Royal Posies in mango color, and they're this beautiful peach color. Add a little cluster of those, and then the little greeting here. This one is from the We're Together Pearl and Pastel. Or is it Pastel and Pearl? It's Pastel and Pearl, Dazzle Stickers, and there's this really great peach color here. So I just went with a theme. And let's take a look at which one of these. Let's see. Here is my background. So I used this corner right there for my card background. And then for the beautiful, gorgeous butterflies, let me see, I think they're towards the back here. I wanted some, yeah, there we go. Nope, those aren't it either. Well, anyway, I cut those out and just used some tiny scissors, there we are, to cut these out. 2 beautiful butterflies. As you can see, there's a little antennas here. They were a little tricky to cut out. So what I did was, there's 2 here, the 2 sizes of butterflies. And for the first one here, I did cut around the antenna, but for the second one, I just cut those right off because we don't need 2 antennas on there when we are layering those. So I glued one on top of the other, put a little bit of foam tape between there and on the back, and that's what's keeping those wings opened and kind of propped up like that. So even when you put it in a card, in an envelope, and you're mailing that, they will pop right back up. All right, so let's take a look at the stamp and die set. This is what that looks like. So this beautiful large butterfly stamp, and then you've got these little dies that cut around the edges of the wings, not the entire thing, of course. So here is a card I made. Okay, so this one has those beautiful butterfly background. Okay, this is a 6 by 5.5 inch card. So I just cut my paper a little bit, or my cardstock a little bit smaller, inked those edges brown, and then stamped this in using a brown ink. And we are going to color that using this was True Blue Tri-Blend marker. So this is a brown alcohol proof ink, and I'm listing all of these products down below the video. So if you're interested in exactly which ink pad, just look below the video. And if you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. It really helps us. And just click on the link below the video and it'll take you to this webisode page. So for this one, it's a Tri-Blend marker. There's 3 inks in one. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start with the darkest color right there in the corners. And then we go to the medium or mid, and we're just pulling that darker color, just kind of blending that in, just like that. And then you're going to the lightest color, and we're going to blend those colors in as well. And I basically just did this technique really all over. Sometimes I just use the lightest color pen, but I tried not to do the same colors right next to each other. And when I was all done, Then I went ahead and added a little bit of blue, like the darkest shade around these little dots around the outside edges. Just like this. And really just don't worry about staying in the perfect lines. I for sure got outside of my lines, and if you find that you do kind of notice that, I just went to the lightest color and I just sort of blended that in a little bit, and the lighter color just made it not so noticeable against that brown. All right, so then once I got that colored, then I took this one, this side goes on this side, okay? So you're gonna take this off, you're gonna put it right there. I put it just slightly away from that brown edge. I didn't really, maybe we can zoom in a little bit. I didn't put it right up next to that. I pulled it off just a little bit, used a little bit of low tack tape, okay, to tack that down, and then ran that through the die cutting machine. And then once that was accomplished, just took some little scissors here, and then you're going to just sort of start down here, and you're just going to connect with that right there. And I did that instead of just going chunk right through right here. I don't want that straight kind of harsh line. We want to kind of follow the line there. And then for this one, I just sort of did the same and just kind of went off the edge just like that. And then put that right there on the card. Okay, this is actually should be a little bit thinner. Put that on the card, inked the edges brown, and for that I just used just a coffee, I think it's called roasted coffee ink, and then put that there. Then I've got my my little greeting here, Missing You, which came from that same We're Together Pearl and Pastel and Pearl Dazzle Stickers, and there's just this really nice light green one right there. It's nice pearl green, and I just put that there, and then along this edge used that same green color in the thin line Dazzle Stickers, also in that Pastel and Pearl. I forgot to grab those, so I'll link those down below, but I just wanted to tie those colors in. And then I just added a couple more of those posies. This one is Ocean Jade and Sunshine, nice yellow. Just put a couple of clusters right here, and that's it for my card. Let's move on to another where I can show you. This is the 3D embossing folder. And the card. So for this one, just wanted those beautiful colors of blues and greens. They're so beautiful for summer. But first I'm going to tell you how to get a really nice impression. Look at that. That is just a gorgeous, gorgeous impression. And what I like to do is take my cardstock. What's nice about this is that folders have a right side and a wrong side, and there's a nice little logo there, so you know which way that you are putting your paper in. Okay, so I'm going to put my white cardstock there, and then I'm just taking some clear water to mist that paper, and then when I put that down and put it through my die cutting machine to emboss that, just that little bit of moisture really helps you get a great impression. So, and when I'm talking a little bit, I mean just like hold the sprayer way back here like that. That's all you need. Just the tiniest little bit of mist. Run it through the machine while it's still moist. And then before you do anything else, just let it dry for a couple of minutes. So for this one, I'm going to show you a little coloring. I'm going to get my craft mat here. All right, so I should tell you, I covered the back with a lime green glitter cardstock and added some sweet little Jewel Dazzle flowers, and I used this really nice blue right there. And for the coloring, I used olive green, and this is Blue Lagoon. And there's a couple of ways to apply this. You can use the surface of the ink pad, but you can also use these little blender brushes. So when working on just the butterfly, I just used the smaller brushes, these two right here. And I started off with that Blue Lagoon, give that a little bit of a pad, and then just do this right on there. And it's okay if it's getting down to the crevices. We're really just trying to get that color on there. I'm only going to do half of this. There we go. And then once we get that colored, then we're going to add that green color. And then of course we want to wipe that color off as soon as we are finished with it so we don't transfer the wrong color accidentally. And then we're going to take the smallest one right here, and we're just going to add some of that green color. And I just sort of did a little spot coloring right here, just like that. All right, and then we're going to do a little bit more coloring on the surface. And how I did that was I'm just taking the surface of this ink pad and I'm very gently just going over the surface just like this. Oops, I got some on the butterfly. And ordinarily it wouldn't matter at all if you went ahead and you got some on the surface of the butterfly. That's why I like to color the butterfly first, because it's already colored blue with a little bit of the green on it. And now when we're working on the edges here, we are getting green on the butterfly. Excuse me, we are getting the green on the butterfly, but it's almost turning another color when you put it next to the blue. And we're just going to do that all over there. Now, when we get to the top part, right here, I did add some more blue in. So we're going to take the surface of the blue lagoon, and we're just adding in a little bit, just like that. Just like that. All right, and at this point, we're going to add our greeting, and this one is these are, oh, what are they called? Inside out, outside, outside, inside, Dazzle greetings. I think that's it. It's either outside, inside, or inside, outside. Anyway, so these are the primary color ones, and they have yellow, green, and yellow, red, and blue. And then we also gave you green, brown, and black. So I used the blue ones here for the You Make Me Smile. Very, very cute. And then I added some more of those little flowers. So I've got some here that I used. The best way I found to use these flowers using the jewel picker isn't so handy, because the stirring method that we usually use for the jewel picker kind of makes the little petals get all mussed up. So I just like to take this little pokey tool and just poke that like that, and then place those just like this. They come off very easily, and then they're great about just staying in place there. There we go. All right, and that's it on that card. Got one more to show you. So for this one, we're actually going to build an oval easel card. All right, so for this one, got all kinds of. I used an oval die set. And I used the largest one here, this large scalloped oval, and then the next one here. And what I did was I took some cardstock and I scored it right across the center here. Oh, black on black background, it's kind of hard to see. But I went ahead and scored that. So this is 6 by 12 inches long. And a great tool to use for that is, this is the mini scoreboard. And what you can do is you want to have it at the 6-inch mark. And I've already scored it, but we're going to go ahead and do this again. Just like that to score. All right, and then we're going to fold it. All right, and I'm going to take some white cardstock so you can see this a little better. There we go. So my fold is here at the top. So now we have a 6 by 6 inch card. And we're going to take this large oval die to make the card shape, and we're going to just place it so that the top of that extends off the top of the fold, so that when we get through this, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to have a nice fold at the top, and then it's going to open. But then we're going to need to score across the center, because we're going to make this an easel card, and we have to have a nice little bend there. So I've already scored this part. So what we would do is just take that, put it right there, And then we're going to score that right there. It's at that 3-inch mark. All right, and now we're going to work on the top. So on this one, oops, die cut a 6-inch oval. And then we have this nice little oval right there out of that beautiful butterfly cardstock. Put in the greeting there, use the same ones that I did before, the inside outside primary. Right here, may all your wishes come true. And then there's a nice little collection of flowers right down here. These are Cobalt Country Blooms by 49 Market. Just put a little cluster right down there. Then on the inside of my card, since I just didn't want that to be black cardstock, I did another oval, same size, and glued that there. So now we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue, and we're going to put that right there. We folded that down, and we're going to put that right there just to give it a little bit. And we're going to line this up. We're going to lining up the scallops. There we go. All right, so now we need something for that to kind of have a little bit of a brace right here. So I put the little happy birthday, a little bit of foam tape right there. Right, and now we're going to use some Dazzle Stickers. These are new for us. These are wonderful little butterfly Dazzle Stickers. And I've backed them with a little bit of glitter cardstock that I've colored. We started off with some white glitter cardstock. And then I used a Blue Lagoon ink pad, and this is a purple velvet ink pad. And what I did with that was went ahead and I've applied the purple, and now we're just going to take a little bit of the blue, and you're just going to go just like this, just to give that a little more color. And then we're going to take one of these butterflies. Now normally I would let this sit and completely dry because a sticker doesn't stick great to wet glitter. So we're going to go ahead and just put it here. And because I don't want to have to cut out these little ends at the bottom, we're just going to put it just like that. We're just going to hope it sticks down there while I cut around it. So yep, it's not wanting to stick because it's wet. So we're going to go ahead and take our little scissors. You'll notice, maybe we can zoom in a little bit more. When I'm cutting around this, I kind of cut at an angle so that I'm going just under the edge of that sticker. And you can just kind of get your scissors right under the edge of the sticker there. Okay, just like that. So we've got several of these that I have made. If I can find them, here we are. And I'm just going to take a little bit of foam tape. I should mention my foam tape is a giant wheel of foam tape. There we go. Giant wheel, that is our favorite foam roll. And I'm just going to put that right there, and then we're going to add some of these right like that. And no, my little greeting on the inside, my little stopper is there. All right, so there we go. And then I'm adding a little bit more purple. This is little jute twine that I've tied into a bow. And I'm going to just take that and use my little pokey tool to just move that right in there. And that just adds that purple and blue, kind of makes everything coordinate better. There we go. So here you've got your little card, and then you just open that up, and it's right there, and then you can do greeting. So you guys, we've got a great money saver on this collection. The beautiful butterflies, I think, are just timeless. So I would really encourage you to check that out. And the money saver is right there on the right side of our screen. And all the products that I use are down below our video. You can check that out. And if you're watching us on YouTube, hey, give us a thumbs up. It really helps people find our channel. And subscribe. We do 3 to 5 videos a week. We wouldn't want you to miss anything. And there's a link below the video that'll take you to the Paper Wishes webisode page where you can see everything I just mentioned. So thanks for joining me today, everybody, and I will see you next time.